Dipper's just going to flick the coin and then he's going to come up and join you guys. Yeah. So I've given you both his names, so he's all on top of it. So he's just going to flick the coin and I'll bring him up here. He's a busy man.
It's all on the line here for the Ireland Warriors, and a good start for them as David McAlone wins the toss. Robert Di-Pier-Domenico, the great Dipper, is about to join us up in the commentary box after tossing the coin there. And it is Ireland versus New Zealand, the two undefeated teams heading into round 4. Xavier Maloney with me. This should be an absolute ripper. The Irish need to win to make the grand final. New Zealand, with percentage, can probably sneak through. Dipper about to join us in the box. Xavier, how do you see this?
Yeah, looking forward to this clash. It's all on the Irish, isn't it, to do the hard work from here. So we've just been treated to a great game between the PNG Mozzies there and a great win against South Africa as Dipper joins us up in the commentary
Hello,
box.
guys. How are you?
Good, very well.
Yeah, excellent. This is just fantastic to be here because in 2002, when we first started this, at Port Melbourne, there was about 6 teams, and a guy called Dave Matthews and myself and a few others sort of believe in this, and we've travelled the world, and we know a lot of these guys, and just great to see those teams from all around the world playing this great game of ours. And this is the game we want to watch. This is the big one here.
No question about it. And the Irish, as we said, have to win. Papua New Guinea have gone ahead of them on percentage.
Yeah.
So it's all happening. Dipper, it'd be great to get your insights over the past 15 years of this. And of course, you had a big role hands-on with the Peace team 3 years ago.
Absolutely loved doing that one. But I got scared of the haka. Did you get scared there? Do you imagine facing that?
It's easy to get into.
Here they go.
We're underway. The first tap, one down by O'Halloran for Ireland. Umpire said play on. Trying to bust his way through was Howison, the captain for New Zealand. Quick kick away for the Hawks. Oh, bad bounce for the quarterback there, which was Murray. Chance now for New Zealand. Hand pass through for Marlowe. Spins around and back onto the right boot. Short little pass, unable to pick it up cleanly was Christensen. Still a chance here for New Zealand on the half-forward line. Trying to break through was Murray, couldn't do so. Picked up for the Hawks there by Suku. He goes out wide to Faimalu. Snap into the pocket was a good kick. And that's a promising start for New Zealand. And the mark has been taken there by Andy Christensen.
Pretty tough conditions today with the wind blowing all over the place, but that was a nice kick on the left foot there. That is obviously not his natural foot, but the number 9, mate, will never let you down, the number 9, so I'm backing him in.
I tell you what, I remember being intimidated watching the number 9 run around for Hawthorn many years ago, that's for sure. As Christensen kicks
never let
a
you down,
fantastic goal. What a start for New
Yeah.
Zealand. Andy Christensen gets his first for the tournament. The boy from South Melbourne District Swans, so he plays his football just on the other side of the city here. A great start for the Kiwis.
Yeah, these sides here, they just love playing against each other. They're very professional too, because I know that the New Zealanders and the Irish boys haven't had a drink all week. They've been fair dinkum because they want to play on the MCG, and that's the greatest ground you could ever play on. And these sides have won it before, of course.
Yeah, both past champions. Papua New Guinea, the defending champions, waiting to see what happens here.
That is dedication from the Irish. It's Ty Smith. Good tap down there for the Kiwis, but the Irish will gather. Long ball out. Ireland go inside their forward 50. Well played there, but can't quite mark the ball. The Kiwis will run it over yep, that will be for a behind, and the Irish will the Kiwis will take the kick out now from a full back. So first inside 50 there for the Irish. So New Zealand out the Ranford Oval scoreboard side. And the ball goes over the boundary for a throw-in.
Just watching these sides here, they're built for our game, aren't they? You know, you look around the ground, they're sort of really matched up very, very well, height and weight.
Boundary throw in, half forward for Ireland. It was a bit short. Getting there was thin for the Irish. And it goes back over the line for another throw in. A couple of minutes gone in this first quarter. New Zealand with the first goal on the board. Ireland with it all to do. They need to win this game. One down by Finn at the back for the Warriors. Quick kick forward came from McAlone, the captain. And he just misses to the near side, David McAlone. 2 behinds for the Warriors. 1 goal to Kiwis.
Do most of these boys play in Australia? I'm not quite sure.
I do. Yeah. I can run through it. There are a handful for both teams. There are 3 actually at Sandringham with New Zealand, including 2 that are still listed by St Kilda in Joe Baker-Thomas and Barclay Miller.
Terrific.
So Halstead deep in the back pocket here, up the line, can't find a mark. It's being gathered. Tough spot here to call, but I think the umpire's helped us out. He's paid a free kick, and the Hawks will kick outside of their defensive 50, down on the wing, but it's only going to go as far as the ruckman O'Halloran. He will, is he played on? No, he has to now. Kicks it inside. Oh, great little mark there from New Zealand. And that is Beattie, who have the ball across the half-back line. He plays on, goes lateral, finds a target in Boyce. Boyce will play on quickly as well. Not the best kick, but might find a teammate, and he does. And the Kiwis will head down towards the wing.
And they head towards half forward now, the Hawks. This is McKenzie, kicks in towards half forward. Swinging around under the helmet was Tiffany Thomas. Kicks inside 50. No mark able to be taken there by Clark. On ground levels the football. And the umpire says holding the ball. And it's a free kick to Ireland in the back pocket.
They moved the ball pretty good by hand and foot.
A very fast transition, wasn't it, that by New Zealand? Short ball. Came back and found Lorden. Colin Lorden inside defensive 50 for Ireland. Sends it down the outer wing. And
good mark.
Beautifully weighted kick and a strong grab taken by, it looked like Big Gavin Murray, who kicks up to half forward to no one in particular. Sets his mate a task. That's Pordrake Lucy. Lucy, who was on the recruit a couple of years ago, has spent a couple of years at Geelong. Couldn't pick it up. The numbers were against him. This is Howison. Got a hand pass across to Tiffany Thomas, who goes for a run. Little handball through. Toe poke was clever. Caught high was Christensen. There's a bit going on in under the contest here. A strong tackle laid by Tiffany Thomas, and we'll have a ball up.
He's got one player coming off now, number 23 for Ireland. Looks like he's just got a bit of a corky there.
Robert McAlone.
So we're 3 minutes into this quarter. Irish win that tap, but it's New Zealand who will clear the stoppage back through the middle of the ground. Can't quite tackle him. The big fella spins out of trouble. Great work there from New Zealand. They steady. The ball goes up across the half-forward line. It's Barclay Miller. Miller inside 50, but the Irish playing in front. Good defence. They'll steady here. Pushes back off the mark. The Irish will look to... No, he was going to nearly play on and switch the play, but he'll now have to either kick down the line or bring the ball back through the middle. He plays on, gets himself into a little bit of trouble. Now they'll have to go down the line if they don't get caught. The Irish, can they get out of this? They're under the pump now. This has been their own doing. New Zealand, can they capitalise? No, it's the Warriors. They'll kick a long ball up towards the wing, and good mark there from Michael Finn.
Number 9.
He's got a good pair
Michael
of hands.
Finn, he's a tall. They've got some tall targets, the Irish. They'll go long. This is the way to play.
Good mark.
Good jukes there. Lucy marks the ball 45 metres out. I reckon he'll have a shot at this dipper.
Yeah, well, the wind was blown across the ground before, but now it's nice and still. And I think he's got the experience to have a shot here. Only, 45 out?
If I remember rightly, he was 4th in the most recent season of the recruit, Pordrake Lucy, as he kicks from just outside the stripe. It's a pretty ordinary effort yeah.
What is it about players these days? You just can't kick. Fair dinkum, boys.
I tell you what,
You see
wouldn't have
Roughhead
missed
2
that,
weeks
would you?
ago, like in front of goal, 2 out of bounds on the full.
Yep.
Come on.
You know, they don't seem to worry about kicking. It's all about team defence and structures these days, isn't it?
Yeah, spot on.
Ball brought back into play for New Zealand. That'll be a good mark taken in the front spot for the Kiwis. Don't actually have number 16 on our list, so we'll have to find that one out for you. As Boyce receives in the back pocket for the Hawks. Plays on quickly. Goes wide, very wide, and over the fence and out of bounds on the full. So it'll be coming straight back for Ireland. And it'll be Liam Burns who will take the kick.
Good little crowd watching this game. It means a lot to some sides who need the percentage.
Oh, great smother by Darragh Leonard. He backed himself and he made himself big on the mark there and got a boundary throw in.
We've seen that a few times during the International Cup, though. Players just not getting quite back off the mark, give themselves a bit of space. Great boundary throw in there. So we're on again. Finn, tap down. It's the Ireland Warriors. He'll get shrugged the tackle, keeps around the corner. No one's home but New Zealand. And a nice solid mark there from Baker Thomas, who led the haka. And the ball will go out of play there, and that'll be a boundary throw in just near the commentary position.
It's one thing the guys don't do is get back off the mark real quickly. They just stand there. But this game here, they just try and move the ball all the time. And they do get themselves in a bit of trouble every now and then.
Robert Di Domenico, the great man, the Brownlow medalist, joining us
great
here
man.
for
Thank
this
you.
game. Kick inside 50 from Padre
Here we go.
O'Connell. Over the back, how will it bounce? It doesn't favour it. Lucy
Oh,
did on the
yes,
second
here he
go. Well judged by Lucy. And Ireland get the first goal on the board for them and take the lead here at Ransford Oval. They go to 1-2-8. New Zealand 1 straight 6 after 8.5 minutes of this first quarter.
Yeah, a little rover goal, that one. Yeah, for a big fella.
Not bad for the tall timber. They've got some tall targets there.
Yeah, they have. And no, they're going really well. I'm just loving this game. The intensity's there. And they just want to move the ball quickly. We need a window in this commentary box, boys.
We do. They were worried about the rain. They thought we've got to keep the door shut because we're going to get wet, and it hasn't really rained yet.
No, not yet. There's a few drops before.
So we're back in the middle. Can't get a clean centre clearance, and it'll be another ball up. The Irish gained a few metres there towards their goals. Umpire throws that back up. Finn, geez, he gets high there, the big fella, taps it down, but it's going to be the Hawks who will clear eventually. Good hands, good build up here from good, nice little dummy there. So New Zealand takes one bounce. That's through Christensen. He's done a bit early, so they're building now. They go inside 50. No one home, and that's out of bounds on the full.
He did all the work there and had a shot for goal, about 50 or 5 out, and kicked it out of bounds on the full.
They need to do a little bit better than that. It seems like there's not going to be many clear opportunities between these two teams. Very polished units. Barry Murray looks like to bring it back into play. He goes long and high to the outer side. Oh, great set of hands. Finn couldn't quite hold on to it when it came to ground. I thought he'd nearly done enough, actually. And the umpire will eventually come in and ball it up.
It's great for the umpires too. These young boys out there give great experience because we really need these young men to come through.
Yeah, and coming from all over Victoria, and even some of them from internationally, which is fantastic to see as well, that they're here and can represent their countries too. This mark has been taken by Gregson for New Zealand. He'll drive it back forward for the Hawks. Short ball, finds Rattenbury. Wants to move it. It's stagnant up in front of him, however. David Rattenbury from the Vakateri Magpies. His kick has been chopped off by Fogarty. Turns around a couple. Did it beautifully, did Donald Fogarty. Kicks up towards half forward. Getting there first. Lucy looks like he's being held by the Guernsey. The umpire lets it go. Gathered by Rattenbury for New Zealand. He kicks back towards the wing, but it's chopped off by the captain, David McAlone.
McAlone on the wing, far side, Royal Parade side. He sends a long ball back inside their 50. Where are the tall timber? Here it is. Lucy can't quite juke it. It's been knocked out by New Zealand. They gather, hands out. Good build up here again across the half-back line, but smothered by the Irish. It goes over the boundary and it'll be thrown in. Far side, just down the half-back line for New Zealand. So the ball will be thrown in. It's Michael Finn in the ruck with Baker Thomas. So Finn gets his hand to it. Sorry, that's with Halstead. So ball can't be cleared just yet. Now it's New Zealand. Quick kick on through centre half forward here. The Irish have got the front seat. No, they haven't. Bad bounce. Capitalised there from Houston. He goes inside 50. Has he found his teammate? He hasn't. The Irish start to come. The cavalry's arrived. The numbers are there. The green jumpers. Can they pick it up and gather it? Not a clean possession. Here we go. New Zealand.
Oh,
no, he's
what
ducked.
was that?
Is that holding the ball or is it over the head? He's let it go. Umpire says play on. And again. So the big ruckman now, the big guys sort of fight for it. It's on the ground. No one can get a clean possession. The umpire will have to, he's what's he
That was
plucked
like
out?
a wrestling hole, that was. Anyway, who do we know? What do we know from up here?
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt early on in the game because it's new, but there is an injury problem here for the Irish. That was obviously a big tackle, and the trainers haven't seen it yet from Ireland. No, one is over there now. So
There's one thing in these international rules that the International Cup here, because it's one thing the players do get a little bit more hurt than most other games because they sort of go in with, open arms and don't really know how to protect themselves in this 360 game.
this is going to be a pretty fair delay just with the binoculars on it here. He looks like he doesn't realise he's at Royal Park, which is unfortunate. Hopefully it's not too bad, but
Well, he's moving. That's the main thing.
he is moving. He is awake. But they've just rolled him onto his back now.
Well, New Zealand have made about 5 changes in the little break there, and no changes from Ireland at the moment.
They're still trying to work out what's going on. We use this opportunity, Dipper, as you said, you've been involved in this right from the start. What does it mean to you? How do you feel to see 26 teams here from 25 countries and all this crowd here watching the international Cup?
We have this great game here, and knowing that this is played around the world and have been have had the opportunity to go around the world and talk to some of these teams and been involved with them. It's just great for our game, and every 3 years it gets stronger, they know how to play our game, and it's not expats either. We find a lot of
they're not allowed to play in this, are they?
That's right, and they're given an opportunity to play the great Australian game because it is a hard game. It's got to be very fit. You got to be very skillful, and the game has just started up and running. So welcome to everybody who's playing, and thank you for playing.
So we're back into play here. So almost clear that injured player. He'll be off shortly. So we're back on the half back line now. The umpire will throw it up. So a good contest so far, pretty even. Good ruck contest there. Ty Smith flied, couldn't bring it down. So it's the Irish who start to move it forward, but a good mark there on the wing from Suku. He'll play on quickly. The New Zealand team will bring it back through centre forward, but they won't any further because Gavin Murray, a big muzzer, will take a mark. He'll send the Irish down the wing. Can't quite capitalise on that. Ball spilled out. Good contest there. Good bump. Kick off the ground. Toe poke forward. The big fella loose. Can he pick it up? No. It'll dribble over the ground. Boundary throw in.
I used to be a Channel 7 boundary rider. I'll give you an injury report. That's
Brendan Kelly.
Brendan Kelly. They've given the asthma puff. He said no. They want water. No. He just wants to catch his breath here.
And I tell you what, you're famous worldwide, Dipper, a member of the Ireland Banshees women's team coming over to take a photo of you here in the box. A great kick out of the pack. Look at that. That's come from nowhere. And it's a goal to Ireland. And just what they needed. They get 2 in a row. And it stretched the lead out to 8 points. It's been kicked by Fiachra O'Dashmanoon. I can't quite get that right. They did tell me how. They did tell me how to say it. Just call him Fiachra.
Fiachra, yeah, that's it.
That'll do. But Ireland go to 2-2-14. New Zealand 1 straight 6.
Yeah, a lot of sides here are hoping New Zealand go down. You know that, but not that we're saying that, but that is a goal from nowhere. That one.
So we're 14 minutes into this first quarter. No centre clearance there. Umpire says, I'll have another crack at that. He'll throw it up. So a big O'Halloran in the ruck there against Ty Smith. Pretty even contest. Holding on there for New Zealand. Didn't get the free kick. Can't quite get a clean clearance yet. Ball on the ground. Nice little chip kick out from the Irish. Have they got the pace? Not quite. It's a 50-50 contest. Great contest so far.
Whoa!
Big hit there. Really picks up. Great work there, running across the half-back line to Suku, sends it down to the half-forward line. I reckon he'll get a free kick there, or he's paid the mark, either or. He tries to play on quickly. Here they go, Christensen, been prominent, sends it deep, but it's only going to find the Irish. They'll settle here in their defensive 50.
Warmed your heart, Dipper, back from
That was
1988.
terrific work
one,
along the
wasn't it?
boundary line. Kept the ball in and a few bumps there, but great.
Flying ball from Murray out to the wing. Baker Thomas crashed the pack. He only brought his own man down. That's a great tackle by Beattie. He gets rewarded. Auckland Blues premiership player Liam Beattie. The advantage was quickly taken. Up towards half forward it goes. It was picked up by Lorden for Ireland. Little ball over the top, only as far as Tiffany Thomas has to turn back inboard. Now McKenzie gave it back to a teammate there in Hick. Under pressure. Back eventually. They've managed to hold on to the football nicely, New Zealand. And James Kuzel has the footy 70 metres out from goal. Needs to find a target. A long ball right to the danger spot at the top of the goal square.
Good mark.
And that was quality football by the New Zealand Hawks. And the mark has been taken there by, I think that is it Barclay Miller?
21?
It is, the man from St Kilda. One of the international rookies, Barclay Miller, who's been playing for Sandringham over the last couple of seasons. And, well, he didn't kick it like a VFL player, did he?
He just stabbed at that, didn't he? What is it? It's 15 metres out. He's hit the post. That's the hardest thing to do. Does he know there's a gap between those two posts?
He's got 6.5 metres a day, Matt, doesn't he?
What are you doing, Barclay?
But,
That's a bad miss by them. They need this. They needed that goal.
117 New Zealand, and on the siren too, so it would have been a big one. It's quarter time. It's New Zealand 117 trailing Ireland 2-2-14 in a high standard, physical and willing game befitting of the top two teams in this competition. Goal scorers for Ireland, Padraig Lucy, and I'll have another go, Fiatra O'Dashmoon. I'm pretty sure that's what they told me. And Andy Christensen has the goal for New Zealand. But Dipper, what a fantastic quarter of footy that was.
Yeah, really fast and very skillful, and a couple of bad misses by New Zealand there, but no, good start. And actually, I'm going to go down and listen to the coaches, see what they've got to say, because I'm always interested to see how they regroup at quarter time and half time. And the young fella's still down here with Ireland, but he's in good hands here. He's in good hands.
We'll see how he goes. We'll let you go down and have a listen, Dipper, and see what we can pick up during the break.
Yeah, let's have a look, eh?
Okay, so, of course, Xavier, I'll tell you what, we're definitely watching. Well, are we actually watching the top two teams? Because we saw some great footy from Papua New Guinea, but there's not much between these two.
There's not. No, there's not, Brendan. That was a quality quarter, one of the best that we've seen. Yeah, you're right. I think that's pretty clear. That's the top three sides, the Mozzies here, New Zealand and Ireland. So we're in for a real treat here for another 3 quarters. It'll be interesting to see what the Irish can do. They've certainly got the height around the ground. They haven't really capitalised on that, but a pretty good start, though, for the Irish. But they'll need a few more to try and make this grand final, won't they?
Yeah, no question. They've got to win. Any sort of win will be good enough for them. They've just got to stay in front, and they are doing well at the moment. They're 2-2-14. New Zealand 1-1-7. The great Robert Dipia Domenico is with Xavier Maloney and myself, Brendan Rhodes. We'll be back in a few minutes for the second quarter. Ireland lead by 7 points, playing for a spot in the grand final.
Inside 50s, we've got 9 there, so there are 7 guys. We've got 9, we kick. Have a kick. 2, yeah. Paul is in there, guys, he's trying for fucking ball. Let him into him. But Dornan, you have to on his feet. Stay in there. The small, speedy guys get in underneath Dornan, okay? Get back underneath him again, because if he makes the grab, fine. But just make sure you're within a couple of minutes to lead into him.
Have you seen the way they're hanging out the back of some of the contests waiting for the handballs?
So
to get
go
that
handball
extra
and
kick.
kick.
And what's happening is 17 and stuff is then pulling back and they're getting that kick out. You've got to be fucking manning up, boys. You've got to be accountable. Don't leave it to your teammate. This is your final. Remember that.
Guys, hands up who got a serious tackle in there. Hands up. 5. Yeah. I wanted fucking 24 there, lads. I wanted 24 hands. Yeah?
Nish might have got a little bit nervous by Brian Curran's choice of words there. So there's obviously not much we can do, but that was Brian Curran, the coach of Ireland, speaking to his players. Fantastic work by Nish getting in there. I don't think you had to worry too much about the language that was being used. We certainly know that can happen in a huddle, but that was fantastic. A little bit of an insight to say he basically said they're just not hard enough at the moment.
Yeah, just asking for some accountability there from the Irish Warriors. Didn't get enough hands up for those that have been later tackle that quarter, so pretty harsh on the boys. They've had a good start, but they do need the percentage if they're going to make the grand final. So we're set for a big second quarter here between Ireland and New Zealand.
We got greats watching the game everywhere. You spotted there at that quarter-time huddle too, and Dipper found an old mate of his as well.
Yeah, Dermot Burton. So a couple of premiership players here for Hawthorn attending the International Cup 2017.
He's got to go for a run to get off the ground now, Dermy. That's what we're waiting for Dermy to get off the ground. So good work, Derm. We'll have, hopefully, I think we have Dipper back with it, coming back to us later on. We'll find out. Otherwise, Nish Moses will rejoin us. We're just about set for the second quarter here. Umpire puts the ball up in the air and sets us on our way. Quick toe poke forward for Ireland. Goes towards the 50. Trying to dive on the ball was Finn. Now this was a quick kick away for the Irish. There is a clear different number out there. That one's definitely 26 for the Irish, so we'll have to find out who that is from the staff in front of us as the ball goes towards half forward for New Zealand and the umpire comes in and calls for a ball up.
That breeze has picked up again, so we'll see quite a bit of the play on the far side here. Umpire throws it up. Ty Smith flies, can't get a hand to it. Ball spills out. New Zealand get a little kick to it, not to anyone. Ball slowly moves forward now. They'll kick it further inside their forward 50. Picked up here. No, it's not. It dribbles forward again. Well, good contest, both players. Ball spills free. New Zealand can't break the tackle. Can they get a shot on goal here? The Kiwis? No. They kick it behind to start the second quarter. So we're 1 minute in. New Zealand with the first score on the board, and Paul Murphy from Ireland will bring the ball back into play.
So the Warriors to bring it back in. We thank Robert Di Domenico for joining us in the first quarter as the full back has run outside the square. So there's the old cardinal sin of football again. You really shouldn't make them. Certainly the top teams at this level should know better than to make that mistake. So a ball up at the top of the square for New Zealand. Quick kick away, however, for Ireland. It's going to come straight back. Brandon Suku goes with a little kick out around to the flank. Finds a teammate out wide. Little chip forward. It'll be chopped off safely by O'Dashmoon. And he will bring it out of defence for the Warriors.
Glad you're calling him, Brendan. He sends it high, a bit of a rainmaker, and that'll go out of bounds on the full. We've seen that a few times. Players just struggling with that breeze across the far side.
And Nish Moses is back with us for the second quarter.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be back. A costly decision then from Ireland, and hopefully it doesn't play too much dividends for him.
You don't mind being benched for Robert Di Domenico, do you?
I'll cop that for Differ.
So it's Kusel who will send it inside 50 for New Zealand. Goes over the back. That could go through for a goal, and it does. So New Zealand on the board for the first in the second quarter. So that was James Kusel from the Hutt Valley Eagles to kick the first for the second quarter.
Yeah, just out of Wellington, that Hutt Valley. But right from the edge of the cricket pitch, Nish knows that's a pretty good kick.
Got the lucky roll and just went over the top, but he gave himself the best chance. So great goal for New Zealand.
So back in the centre of Ransford Oval, scores are all tied up here. I meant to tell Dipper there are 12 players for each team playing in Australia. That was the question he asked. As Lucy in the front spot was just too big and too strong, and he took the mark for Ireland. At 203 centimetre, 98 kilos. He's pretty hard to get past, Nish.
Great opportunity for Ireland again, and as you said, he's very hard to get past, and you could see the New Zealand players trying to punch the ball, but they just couldn't get there just due to his size.
Now playing for Newtown and Chilwell down in Geelong. He's pushed that kick across the face and through for one behind. 1-1 for Portdrag Lucy. And Ireland regain the lead and their spot in the grand final. That's how tight it is. 2-3-15 plays 2-2-14.
And you can just see, I was just walking around while Dipper was commentating. You just see everyone's out of this game. Everyone's watching this ground. All the USA team, I think, still think they're a chance, and the PNG boys are all watching, and everyone's out here for this game. So great atmosphere. Everyone here knows what they're playing for.
Great contest here. Can New Zealand work their way through the zone? They'll try and do it with run and carry. He's got a fair way. He's done well. Handball doesn't go to anyone, though. Big pack forms. Knock-on happens. It's going to be the Irish who have it. Oh, great little fend-off. Dustin Martin-like. The Irish are going to have a shot. No, they're not. It looks like volleyball, but it'll be a free kick here. And the umpire's given a free kick to Colin Lorden. He'll take it from a half-forward line. Get back off your mark. He does now. We don't want to see that again, so he'll kick it inside 50 for the Ireland Warriors. He goes long to the top of the square. Can they get a mark? The Kiwi hands can't quite. There it is. And the Irish have a quick shot. No.
They had numbers there as well, Zay. They streamed forward and had the crummers at the feet. So another opportunity for Ireland there.
So Declan Nannery that was, who just had a shot on goal.
And set up really well as well. They straight into it off the kicking the Irish boys.
So it's Michael Boyce to try and bring it back through this Irish zone. All the players got their arms set up. What will he do? He'll go the far side. He'll get a long ball outside the 45-metre arc there. Great mark, though, from Ireland. Super mark. He gets well back off his mark, and he's going to send this ball back inside their forward 50.
So the Warriors, I think it's Finn who goes long up towards full forward. And front spot, almost the mark taken by Nannery, not quite. Slapped away from defence. Oh, that's a good little hand pass from Clinch, but unable to break through the line, and out of bounds goes the footy.
Just while we're here, we had Chrissy Johnson, three-time premiership player for Brisbane, just observing. He was actually coaching the world team where number 4 for Ireland, Mauritius Bartley, was actually partaking. That was one of the guys about 5 years ago, so great to see his progression.
Yeah, the big names are everywhere here today at Parkville. I'm told Kevin Sheedy and Matthew Stokes were having a look over at McAllister Oval as the kick goes off the ground towards full forward for New Zealand. It looked like a push in the back. No, said the umpire. And it goes over the line for a boundary throw-in. The Irish defender, Paul Murphy, he forgot to go after the ball. He just lay there and asked for the free kick.
So we're almost 7 minutes into this second quarter. It'll be a boundary throw-in deep inside New Zealand's forward 50. So the ball goes up, fits down there from Ireland. Can't get a clean possession. I think there's a free kick there for New Zealand. Head over the ball, and in front of the Ransford Oval scoreboard, New Zealand will have a shot. So, and that is Ben Hick there. Ben Hick from the University Blues, so plays in the VAFA here in Melbourne. So let's see how he can judge the conditions.
Wind's starting to pick up again.
Long ball, good kick off the boot. I think that's home. New Zealand, another goal on the board there. So great little passage of play there from New Zealand. So Ben Hick from the University Blues from the Premier Division of the VAFA scores a goal.
I actually do think, just from a mate talking to us last night, that might be Auckland University Blues. Just to confuse us. I do have a mate who is a 4-time premiership player with the East Coast Eagles up in Sydney, who then went to New Zealand and played with these guys in a premiership for Auckland University. He told us to send a shout out to both Ben Hick and Liam Beattie. So Rowan Bilkey, if you're watching, that's a great goal from your mate Ben Hick. Out of the centre comes the football, but only as far as the Kiwi half-back line. Short kick towards the wing it goes. Bouncing ball. Oh, bang, got him.
Tackle.
Oh, Dipper would have loved that one too. Taken away by Carl, who kicks towards half forward. Lucy has about 2 foot on his opposite number in Boyce. But Boyce was able to get him out of the contest. Lorden couldn't take the mark. Trying to work his way through as Mackenzie. He's caught. And he gets off with it.
I'm still recovering from that tackle from Liam Beattie. That was
ripper,
incredible. He eyeballed him from about 50 metres away, I think, and just straight lines to him.
That should be a free kick for a Shepherd. Has been picked out here to Michael Finn, wearing Dipper's favourite number. The 19, Ryan, is the man in number 26 right in front of us here for Ireland. A late addition to the squad. The kick from goes towards Lucy, towards the forward 50, and now there's a high tackle, so it's a free kick being picked out here for Ireland. And it's going to come back to, do you want to have a go at it?
No.
Fiacra O'Dashmoon plays on, kicks in towards the forward pocket. The shepherding allowed the Kiwis to take the mark and bring it out of defence through the agency of, I think it was Baker Thomas. The Irish crowd think it's out of bounds on the full, and they are correct. So it'll be put back forward by Colin Lorden.
So, no.
No, it'll be a boundary throw-in, will it? Boundary umpire has overruled and said, I want a possession.
So, boundary throw-in. Finn works his way to the front, gets a good tap. Only to New Zealand, though. Can't get a clean possession. A little bit of a push in the back there. Umpire didn't see it. He says that'll be a throw-in. So we're right on the 45-metre arc here. And
Finn is tough to mask, isn't he? He's just too big and too dominant sometimes in these contests.
he's a big unit. He goes up again.
200 centimetres, 110 kilos from Heidelberg, so he is a local one.
That time Baker
Great,
Thomas
that's-
works his way to the front. What a goal!
Fantastic.
Fantastic goal there from the Irish Warriors. Didn't pick up who that was. No, it hasn't
been given a goal.
They were celebrating like it was.
It was O'Dashmoon, but it must have been called touched.
So the Hawks have played on quickly here. So we're back where we started. So tries to break through the tackle there. He gets it out. So New Zealand through the middle of the ground. It's Christensen again. He's been good. Spins out of the tackle there. Mackenzie. Handball's wide again. New Zealand surge inside 50. It's a 2-on-1. They get over the back. And a mark there inside their forward 50. Andy Howson will have a shot on goal directly in front.
Big turnaround, isn't it? O'Dashmoon and his Irish teammates thought they had a goal, and immediately it goes down the other end. And Andy Howson, the New Zealand captain, has a shot from 20 out straight in front as the tempers fray right in front of us here.
Going on here
on the wing.
Obviously a lot to play for. The boys know it, and they're getting stuck into each other. So great opportunity for New Zealand as well. Andrew Howson.
He's converted. So New Zealand, big quarter for them. They're on top here. So the Irish Warriors need to fight back here, Nish.
Great goal. As Brendan said, had the opportunity. Ireland, they thought they kick a goal, then New Zealand go the other way and damage them on the scoreboard. But really well worked through. They kicked to the back corner, I guess, of the shoulder for Howson, and he managed to take the mark. So they worked their way quickly on the rebound. So fantastic ball movement from New Zealand just then.
Do you call that the classic 11-point play? Ball up back in the centre of Bransford Oval. One down by O'Halloran for Ireland. Trying to work his way through was Halstead for the Kiwis. Couldn't do so. A little bit of a push on Ronan Cull. The Irish coaching staff and supporters wanted it. The umpire said, my ball.
A lot of numbers at this stoppage right here. both teams obviously want it, but everyone's pushed up from the half back line for both teams. They're going to have to try and get it free and find some space.
Another good contest. Ireland get the handball out, but it's going to be the New Zealand Hawks who have the numbers. They try and kick a short one back through, but it's only been intercepted there from David McPhone. He'll kick it back inside the Ireland forward 50. Sends a high, long bomb. Lucy, can he get there? Geez, I think he was held on to, but what has the umpire paid? He has paid a free kick. So Lucy, who looks dangerous up forward, Padre Lucy will have a shot from around 45 metres out for the Irish, just to settle the ship for them.
His first quarter goal was his 10th for the tournament, so he is right up there in the goal kicking race.
Probably kicking from about 50, I guess, if the 45 is out. Could make the distance.
So Lucy sends a long bomb, but it's off to the left. The goal umpire says that's one behind. New Zealand to bring the ball back in as the Irish Warriors set up the zone.
Baker Thomas drives it outside defensive 50. It was fumbled by Faimalo. Turnover time. Gavin Murray flicks it over the top to the advantage of Brown, who boots in towards the pocket. Oh, strong work. Back with the flight of the ball. I think that's Ty Smith who takes the mark for New Zealand. In fact, it was Kuzal who's kicked a goal in this quarter. Out towards the half-back line it goes. New Zealand to build through the middle, through the hands of Paul Murphy for Ireland. He goes back after the footy. Can he find some support? The last line of defence rolled back instead of going for the football for Ireland. It's obviously a set play. McAlone, the captain, grabbed by the leg. And we'll get the free kick, David McAlone. Right on the true centre wing position for the Warriors. Sets it up long and high towards centre half forward. And that was beautiful use of the body and judgment of the fall of the ball by William Gregson. And, well, he's mucked up the kick. Turnover time. Brown got it to O'Dashmoon. Kicks into the pocket. Lucy knocked away from him by Andrew Suku. Plenty of holding going on there on Baker Thomas. Umpire let it all go. Trapping through there was Boyce, and he will clear for New Zealand.
So it's the Irish, though, who are going to have the numbers. Handballed forward there from O'Halloran. The Irish, again, keep pushing forward. So they're back inside their 50. Umpire blows the whistle and says, I'll have it. So we're around 40 metres outside of the Irish goals. It goes up. O'Halloran again. Good tap. Off hands. The Irish can't gather it. Yes, they can. Get it. He's found a free kick, though.
Yep.
So Ireland will have a shot for a goal 35 metres out. Who's got the ball there, Brendan? Who's got that free kick?
They're surging here, Ireland. They're just loading up and getting repeat entries, and finally paid off here with a shot on goal.
I'm going with Declan Nannery.
So Nannery with a shot on goal here. Crucial for Ireland. We're just over 15 minutes into this quarter.
Turned 33 last week, Nannery.
A little bit of a shuffle. Bit of a Josh Kennedy shuffle as he comes in. Kicks for goal. And he's got it. The Warriors. The Warriors have kicked the goal 15 minutes into the second quarter. Much needed as the Kiwis ring a couple of changes.
Yep.
Nish.
Great goal from Ireland. They had the run of play. They had a couple of repeat entries, as I said, and managed to cap it off just then. So this game's back and forth a bit, isn't it? It's a bit exhausting.
It was the Josh Kennedy hot shoe shuffle, but it was also the Josh Kennedy finish from Declan Nannery as he gets his first for the day and his third for the International Cup. As trying to go through, O'Halloran won the tap. Ryan, little toe poke out, backing himself and charging through for New Zealand was Clinch. Kicks inside 50. Kuzel goes down holding his head after being unable to take the mark. It was just over the head, this kick from Burns. Tracking it back was Gregson for New Zealand. Had it knocked away from him. There's a whistle. The non-officiating umpire has found a free kick to the Kiwis. I think it's Hick who's got it. He'll play on and set it up towards centre half forward. And there's only one man that wants that football,
Strong
and it's
mark
Gavin
there.
Murray.
There's only less than probably a minute left, so it was a huge contested mark then to stop the run of the play from New Zealand.
Big Muzzer, they call him. He sends it back to the wing. Have they got the numbers? No, they don't. So
Another
New Zealand take a mark
opportunity
there through Ben Hick. Just with the front position there in the breeze. That's the place to be. He sends it back through the middle.
He's got to go back and bind his mark.
Says, no, we'll kick that over the mark. So it goes back And New Zealand, this time he'll play on. No one on the mark. Poor there by Ireland. They send it back inside 50. And a mark there for New Zealand. Just on the foot. No, he play on. He must have called play on there. So New Zealand still at centre half forward. They work the ball back. They go back inside 50. Have they got the numbers? The ball will fall short. And it's marked there through Sam McKenzie. Sam McKenzie will have a shot. He's only... the siren's gone. I reckon he's
What a big kick
15,
this is.
20 metres out. Won't have a trouble with the distance.
He's coming in off the Richard Hadley run-up.
So Sam
This
McKenzie,
would be huge for New Zealand going into half-time.
big kick. Takes his time. Runs in now. McKenzie off the boot to the side for a behind, which takes the total to Brendan. How are we going for the half-time score there?
It'll be a 1-point lead for Ireland at the main break. New Zealand 3-3-21. Ireland 3 goals 4-22. That was a second miss for McKenzie in this second quarter. He kicked it from about 15 metres further out than he could have. He had a lot more space on his run-up to kick from there. So that was a mistake for him. But it is half-time here. And, well, if it was on a knife edge at the start, it's even more on a knife edge now. Ireland right now are sitting in the grand final against New Zealand on Saturday. It's hard to see New Zealand dropping enough percentage in a close game to fall out of the top two. So it's all between Papua New Guinea and the Irish. And at the moment, it is the Irish. They lead 3 goals 4-22. New Zealand 3-3-21. Goal scorers for the Warriors: Padraig Lucy, Fiatra O'Dashmoon and Declan Nannery. For New Zealand, Andy Christensen, Andy Howison, Ben Hick, and I've got 4 there. Is it 4 goals on the board for New Zealand? Waiting for confirmation. I might have it all wrong. I do have it wrong. I've forgotten to mark one down there. So New Zealand is leading by 5 points and Papua New Guinea is in the grand final at the moment. That's how tight it is.
Adds another element. What a fantastic atmosphere out here. And
I
a
wish I could
fantastic
see
game.
the scoreboard.
Yeah.
It'd make it a lot
That would
easier.
help a lot. But yeah, as you said, Brendan, fantastic game. So much to play for. Both the teams know it, and it's pretty amazing to sit in front of the Ireland bench and understand how much messaging and how much the guys understand that they are playing for. So there's a bit in this game.
So just repeating, New Zealand are actually in front 4 goals 3-27 over Ireland 3-4-22, and that is the difference between a grand final berth and not for the Warriors as it stands right now. For Nish Moses, Xavier Doherty, I'm Brendan Rhodes, and big thanks again to Dipper for joining us in the first quarter. We'll be back shortly for the second half to see if New Zealand will go on and play Papua New Guinea on Saturday at the MCG, or whether they will play the Irish again. Back soon.
Welcome back to the second half here. Ransford Oval for this top of the table clash between New Zealand and Ireland. Simple equation for the Irish. They win. They're in the grand final Saturday. So it'll be O'Halloran and Ty Smith back in the ruck for the third quarter. Just waiting here for the umpires. Yep, he's got the nod. And we're away for the third quarter. So Ty Smith, O'Halloran from Ireland. Good contest. No one can get a hand to it though. Smith knocks it forward. New Zealand will get the first centre clearance here. Kick out to the wing. And it's Ireland who comes over the back there and ball rolls out of play. So Tippin Thomas couldn't quite get a clean possession. Boundary throw in front of the commentary position.
So a 3-point lead after the score was altered at half-time to New Zealand. They lead 4-3-27 to Ireland, 3-6-24. Nish Moses, Xavier Maloney, and I'm Brendan Rhodes with you. The third quarter of this crucial final match in the Men's Division 1 International Cup to decide who makes the grand final. Free kick to Andy Howison, the captain. He went short and found Hick. Hick goes across the wing, puts it in the hands of Leet, who swings back onto the left boot. That's a good scything kick towards full forward. No mark taken, but the roving is done at the back by Christensen. And he runs in and kicks a big goal for New Zealand.
As you said, Brendan, I'm not too sure where that player was, but great kick in their forward 50. He just probably kicked it 40, 50 metres and gave their forwards a real chance, and really good crumbing at the back from the New Zealand boys. So fantastic overall footy from the Hawks.
Yeah, great play by New Zealand. Shane Leet it was, who got back onto the left boot and drove it forward, and well roved by Christensen. And that, it puts the pressure back on the Irish as the margin is out to 9 points.
In chatting at quarter time, it's never more clear, I guess, how much every point matters in this game. Isn't that right, boys? It's every single point can change this game.
So we're back in the middle. O'Halloran, Smith. O'Halloran wins that tap. Can't get a centre clearance or a clean one at that. The Irish, first to the ground, handball out. They'll go inside 50 with a long ball. Lucy can't quite get back there. And the umpire says that's out of bounds, and the throw-in will be deep inside the Irish forward 50 in their forward pocket with 2 minutes in to this third quarter.
And not the worst result, that just bouncing on the line and allowing the Irish to have a reset.
Need to try and lock it in here, Ireland. Hopefully get a couple of possessions and not let the ball out the back here.
So it's Finn that will take the ruck contest against Baker Thomas here inside the forward 50. Finn's got the position, tries to flick it over the back, but it's New Zealand who will clear the defensive 50. They've got the numbers here. Can they pick it up? He's gone to ground. Umpire says, oh, no, he says that it's gone over. Yeah, it's gone over the boundary line, so it'll be a throw in. Royal Parade wing.
The Royal Parade wing, the McAllister Road, the McAllister Oval side of the ground, if I can actually get it out. And we'll have another ball up. The outer side, that's easier to say.
Locked it in a bit now here. It's starting to turn into a bit of a contested game.
So Rucks to go at it. Finn over the top, won it down. Quick little hand pass out for New Zealand, left behind by Howison. Quick kick forward for the Warriors, just over the head of Boyce, who did enough to get a hand in there. Running onto it was on Andrew Suku. His kick was good. It found position. Beattie kicks it long towards centre half forward for New Zealand. Miller couldn't gather it cleanly. Diving in on top of the ball is O'Halloran. Needs to get it out of there. Did so eventually, but it came straight back in. And the umpire calls for a ball up. Send a big cheerio as well to the best umpire that's here this week, Bo Withers, having a listen to our calls. Cheerio, boy from up home near Oaklands, up in southern New South Wales for the Albury Umpires League. So it's great to see them here as well, as the Kiwis go through a chain of handballs, and Liam Beattie kicks into the forward pocket. Here's a chance for Murphy at the back. Getting there first, however, was Walls, and he tumbles a kick around the boundary line and over. Throw it in, says the umpire.
They've been watching too much AFL footy. I think they were calling for that deliberate.
Well,
but
it would have been paid at AFL level, wouldn't
Exactly,
it? But not here.
So, boundary throw in inside New Zealand's 50. O'Halloran, Smith. Good contest. Comes out the back. Can't get a clean possession once again. Pack forms. The umpire will have to have a ball up here, 40 metres out.
If you just look up in the Island forward line, they seem to have a few numbers there. So if the ball gets out, they could be on.
Big opportunity here for the Irish. Can they capitalise? Front position. Ball spills free. Just a kick off the ground there to no one. New Zealand pick it up, and it's going to be another ball up just right on the 45-metre line. Centre half forward. Umpire throws it up. Smith O'Halloran again. Smith gets a tap that time. Almost roved and cleared from New Zealand, but again, the numbers are around the ball. Another stoppage. Umpire will throw it in. They've moved about a metre from the last stoppage. So, opportunity here to clear it. Smith and O'Halloran go at it again. This time it's Baker Thomas tries to get a boot to it. He couldn't. Now it's sent in through Donald Brown and sends a long ball to New Zealand's forward 50. Can't quite get there. Spins out of the tackle, Shane Leat.
Got him high.
And he's got him high. And Shane Leat will have a shot on goal for New Zealand.
There's another Hawks player going to ground just off the contest here. It looks like he might have a knee problem.
See this game turning very, very contested, Zave. There's a lot of stoppages happening, and as soon as someone gets out, they're on. But I have a feeling that might be the way the game's going to pan out the next couple of quarters, with everyone wanting to get into the game and everyone wanting to make their impact. It's going to be tough to find some space.
New Zealand won't mind that with a 9-point lead and a shot at goal.
So New Zealand now, shot on goal. This will make it tough for Ireland, but it's across the face for a behind. And the Irish Warriors will kick it out from fullback. So New Zealand also setting up the zone defence here. So Ireland with the ball. What can they do? They'll go long ball to that half-back line. It spills out the back. Good punch. We'll head towards the boundary. And the boundary throw in, centre wing, Royal Parade side.
Crowd side as well. I guess they'll be getting into that over there, Zave, and you can see the numbers just streaming forward for both teams. So they're essentially playing one half of the footy.
Ball back into play. Finn knocked it down to the front spot. Picked up by Hick. Fed the hand pass through, looking for Leat. As the injured Kiwi comes to the bench. Keep an eye on him. That is Brendan Clark. Free kick to New Zealand at half forward. Goes laterally and finds Dickinson.
Switch again.
Here it's on now. Andrew Suku's come all the way down from full-back, stepped around one, kicked it up towards the hot spot. The wind got hold of that, knocked it to ground. Danger signs here for Ireland. They need to get it out of here in a hurry. Paul Murphy got a hand pass off, booted clear by Joyce, out towards the wing. Kuzel couldn't take the mark. Leat at the base of the pack, fed the hand pass back. Boyce kicks towards full forward. There's another Kiwi down inside forward 50 for them in exactly the same spot as where Clark went down. So there's some worries here now for the Hawks.
I think they're low on trainers as well. Everyone's been pulled in different directions, so they're falling here, the New Zealand boys.
Boundary throw in, O'Halloran Smith. O'Halloran gets a fist to it, but it's New Zealand who will get the clearance through Donald Brown. He gets it inside their forward 50. The Kiwis peppering here. Can't get a mark. Irish have got the numbers on the ground, but a free kick's been paid, and New Zealand will have a shot on goal directly in front.
Push in the back was the call. I was looking at the injured Hawk. So
This goal will really hurt New Zealand. Oh, sorry, it would hurt Ireland.
Sure would.
It's Barclay Miller who's just managed to make his way to his feet after being down with that injury.
So New Zealand,
Mackenzie
shot
with the
on
ball.
goal. Shot on goal. Sam Mackenzie puts it through. New Zealand Hawks kick away here. Ransford Oval, International Cup 2017. The Irish need to fight back here, Nish.
Just an example of what repeated entries can do. There's only so much you can do to stop that, but they kept going. New Zealand, they kept loading the ball into their forward 50 and finally paid off. I think they had about 4 or 5 players, Ireland, on that one guy. So It was always going to be tough to try and not give away the free, but that's a perfect example of what persistence can do. So great goal from New Zealand. Going to be tough for the Irish boys here. They're going to have to pull something out, I think.
It's a long way back for the Warriors now. They're 3 goals away. 16 points the margin. 1 down for Ireland by O'Halloran, but it was taken away by Hick, who ran a long way. Umpire let him off. Handball back through from Simpson, back to Hick. Fed it back further to Brandon Suku. Goes into half-back and finds Baker Thomas. The big St Kilda international rookie kicks up towards the centre of the ground. Good, strong mark taken by Beattie. Fed the hand pass off. Inside to half forward it goes. Barry Murray couldn't gather the football. Ground level ball here. Murphy tries to get in there for the Irish. Can't do so. And, well, it eventually made its way out and over the line for a boundary throw-in in front of Shane Leat. He's looking for whether Barclay Miller is back into the play or whether he got his way to the bench for the Kiwis. That could be the thing that helps Ireland as Hick fed the handball through. It came to Gregson, kicks up towards full forward. They need a mark, Ireland. They get a free kick for high contact, and it'll be taken by Dominic Joyce.
So the old good old-fashioned front position there gets the free kick. So Ireland now to steady in their defensive 50. He goes a long ball down to their half-back line. No one can mark. Ball comes out the back. New Zealand there can't gather it. It'll be the Irish Warriors, a big left hook kick, and it'll go out of play, almost up to the old Ransford Oval scoreboard.
Come on, Dave, have a go at his name.
Who was that one? Yeah. It's the first time I've had to call him. So
You're not going to try?
I'm not going to try it. Boundary throw in now.
Fiacre O'Dashmoon.
O'Dashman. So boundary throw in here. Ball spills to the ground. New Zealand can't get a clean possession. It's the Irish that will have it. Try and move the ball out of this stoppage area. A number of players around the ball. New Zealand get the handball backwards. Now they go inside 50 of the Irish. They need a goal. Lucy can't gather it. Can he have a second crack? He can. He's almost got it. No, it spills out. New Zealand. Good tackle from Lucy. Holds the ball up. And there'll be a throw up deep inside the Irish forward 50.
They were on there as well, the Irish boys. They had numbers there, and all he needed to do was try and get his arms free and try and get the handball out, and it would have been a goal to I think, Mauritius, number 4. Everyone's in close here, Zave. It's really contested in here. You can't see too much, but it looks to be very tight.
Oh, kick off the ground. Irish have claimed it, and it's a goal.
The big fella.
Lucy.
Lucy.
Didn't have time to bend down to pick it up, so he's kicked it off the ground.
The next best thing.
12 minutes into this third quarter. Much needed goal for Ireland.
Makes it a bit more interesting, doesn't it, Zave?
Sure
Another
does.
one back for the Irish guys.
And one of the Irish staff members have just made it a fair bit easier for you, Xavier. He's changed the Celtic version of Fiacre O'Dashmoon. He said just call him by his English name, which is Dempsey. So I think you should be able to get that one all right.
From now on. Hope he gets plenty of it.
Straight out of the centre for New Zealand goes... that was Donald Brown, but it's been chopped off by Murphy, who's worked really hard in the back line. That could have and should have been a free kick to Bartley. Umpire said no. Now there's a free kick going to the Irish from the non-officiating umpire. And it's going to come back and be taken not by Dempsey O'Dashmoon, but by Brendan Brown. So right in front of our telecast position.
This hold-up in play isn't ideal for the Irish boys. They would have loved to have gotten the ball forward on the rebound for the into their forward line. From
the UTS Bats in the Sydney AFL competition is Brendan Brown. There's a couple of them here playing for Ireland. Brown kicks it up towards Lucy. Couldn't quite drag it down. Hand pass out came from Simpson. They can run away, the Kiwis. That was towards the wing, but the mark has been well taken by the big man Gavin Murray. So Murray will bring it back for Ireland. Sets it up towards centre forward. Lucy can run and jump again, and it landed in his lap. Padre Lucy judged it best, and they parted in front of him. And the big fella, who was a high finisher in last year's, or a couple of years ago, it probably is now, of the recruit. Finished in the top 4, if I remember rightly. Spent some time on the Geelong rookie list, now at Newtown and Chilwell. He's kicked 2 goals, 2 today, 11 goals for the tournament. This to really liven this game up again. From the 45,
Looks
Lucy's hit it well. He's kicked the goal, and he's right into the crowd to get them going. Ireland back in the game here at Ransford Oval. It's a 4-point margin. Lucy's got 3.
Absolute momentum swing towards Ireland's way this past couple of minutes, and you see how much that means. The entire Ireland bench up, coaching staff, and all the players really took a lot from that goal from the big fella. So great work taking the mark in his lap almost and going back and just slotting it. So great leadership from the big fella.
Tell you what, the crowd that he went after down there in the pocket is actually Team PNG. So they know the situation.
Halstead now inside 50 for New Zealand. Can they reply?
Well.
No, they won't. Solid mark there from Barry Murphy.
Read it well.
So the Irish just settle across their half-back line now. They'll send it high to a big pack here. Forms. It comes out the back. The Irish can gather. Can't quite. Yes, they will. So the Ireland Irish Warriors. He's caught, though, with the ball. Umpire might pay holding the ball. No, he won't. He's paid a push in the back. So handy free kick there to
Morris Bartley.
To Bartley. He needs to move it on quickly. Haven't got long left now.
Big 100 seconds here.
Bartley sends it inside 50. There's more New Zealand Hawks than there are Irish Warriors, so they'll send it back through the middle of the ground. Can't get a clean purchase here. It's on the ground. New Zealand pick it up. Good handball back. Can't quite gather it. Now it's New Zealand. It's just to steady the ship. They find it through Clinch, who will hold it up for a second, cheer up the clock. Clinch sends it to their half-forward line. Just a one-hander there. Won't mark that. But it's picked up and gathered from Dickinson. He sends it inside 50. Here's a chance here if he can hold it. Miller tries to spin out of tackle there, and he's been penalised. Holding the ball. So Ireland with the opportunity now. Just over a minute to go.
Tried to do it all himself, Barclay Miller, but the defence was very strong, Nish.
Huge play by Ireland just then. New Zealand, all you need to do is swing around and kick a goal, which would have swung the momentum immensely in New Zealand's favour. So great work from defence.
Oh, he's turned it over, though. The kick from Dominic Joyce, taken by Hick, who gave the hand pass off. This could be big. Boyce kicks up towards the danger position. Miller flies, couldn't drag the mark down. A hold, free kick to Ireland. So some relief for the Warriors, and you could hear the sighs of relief from the Irish bench in front of us. Free kick taken by Joyce. Drives it to the outer side. Thump to ground there for Ireland. Going in and putting his head down was Nannery, so it's not high. That's a good decision by the umpire. We'll have a ball up on the cricket pitch. 10 seconds remaining. That'll probably do us in this third quarter, and we're going to be set up for a huge finish to this one. Finn won it down. Umpire calls play on. He goes after it again. Finn, little hand pass out. Siren sounds. And it is three-quarter time here with it all on the line. New Zealand got out by 16 points midway through that second quarter, but 2 terrific goals from Portere Lucy have brought it back for the Warriors, and it is still all to play for here at Ransford Oval. New Zealand 6-4-40, Ireland 5-6-36. And what a ripping finish we have coming up. 2 goals to Christensen for the Hawks, singles to McKenzie, Howison, Hick and Kusel. For Ireland, 3 goals to Lucy and singles to Dempsey or O'Dashmoon and Nannery. So Nish Moses, those last 2 goals have really sparked this up again.
Well, you can just tell everyone is absolutely sitting on the edge of their seats here. It is an absolute cracking contest. As you said, Brendan, going to be an absolute ripping fourth quarter where it's set in store for. We saw the momentum swing back and forth a bit then. Ireland sort of had it halfway through that third quarter, and then New Zealand got on a run late. But kudos to the Ireland team. They managed to I guess, stop New Zealand's scoring run regardless of the amount of entries they had in there. So overall, just a fantastic game of footy.
Yeah, great contest. There's plenty on the line here. Not only is it the grand final berth, but the opportunity to play on the MCG. So what a fantastic opportunity for 2 teams to showcase their talent at the end of this International Cup 2017. There's a lot on the line.
Of course, Great Britain have beaten Fiji by 28 points as well, so they will finish 5th ahead of the classification games on Friday. Nauru dropping to 6th after their big win over Canada earlier on. But as it stands right now, New Zealand are in with their 4-point lead with a percentage of 315. Papua New Guinea are in with 12 points and a percentage of 236. The USA are third with their 12 points and 193, but cannot make it. Ireland sitting fourth with 12 points and 162. But with that 12 points, a win will put them in, and then it will depend on percentage as to whether it is likely Papua New Guinea or New Zealand that drops out over the next 17 and a half minutes. But it's all on the line, isn't it?
It is all on the line. There's a lot can happen and a lot of different placings that can change in these next 17 and a half minutes. So
let's just basically say I still think that New Zealand will be safe.
Yep.
Even if they don't win. So Papua New Guinea, the Mosquitoes, will be barracking very, very hard for the Hawks over the next quarter of football.
And you can see a lot of the coaching staff from PNG, David Lake, the head coach, and a lot of the players out there listening to what New Zealand have got to say, and they're probably got their hearts in their mouths as well.
And you saw Darryl White was involved there as well in the PNG coaching staff. It's three-quarter time here. New Zealand 6-4-40, Ireland 5-6-36. Back shortly with the all-important last quarter of the qualification rounds of the International Cup. I'll introduce and throw to you for the start. 1 quarter of football to decide who goes to the MCG on Saturday. New Zealand lead Ireland by 4 points heading into the last quarter. 6-4-40 plays 5-6-36. Nish Moses, Brendan Rhodes, and here is Xavier Maloney to bring you all the action.
Here we are, start of the fourth quarter. O'Halloran, Halstead will do the ruck duel. O'Halloran gets the tap. Ireland with the first centre clearance. They head forward now, inside 50. Little bit of a chip kick here. The Irish will gather through McClone, and he might get... Oh, he's been paid holding the ball. So New Zealand now to steady in their defensive 50. They'll bring it back through the middle of the ground, but it's going to be cut off. So the Irish have got the numbers here. Can they capitalise? Finn's got the ball on the left boot. Goes to Lucy. Lucy's got it in front of him. Good hands. And a snap from Ireland there, but it can't quite get it through McClone, and the ball will be marked deep in the defensive back pocket here for New Zealand. Andy Howson, the captain, will steady it for New Zealand.
He goes short and poor. It's been chopped off by Brown. Brendan Brown in the pocket has a chance to go back and give Ireland the lead. He was very quickly back just in case there was an option.
There was numbers there as well, Brendan. They were outnumbering the Hawks there, and he has gone into it.
And
The
he's
big
found
fella.
the big man, Pordrag Lucy, who is shaping as a match winner here for the Warriors. He's kicked 3 goals, 2 so far today, and he's got a chance to put Ireland in front. Just 7 minutes ago, they were 16 points behind.
We nearly wrote them off, didn't we?
Well,
Look a bit stupid
it was
now.
all to do. Lucy for 3 consecutive goals for Ireland. Oh, yes, indeedy. Lucy's got 4. Ireland are in front, and they're back in the top 2.
Goal umpire did not even move then. Didn't have to. Great goal from the big fella. Giving the Irish boys a massive chance here. This clearance and this centre bounce is huge.
What a game we got. 2 minutes into the final quarter. We're back in the middle. The Irish are right in this. It's O'Halloran and Halstead in the ruck again. So 2 minutes into the last quarter. O'Halloran, Halstead. Halstead gets the honours that time. Can't get a clearance there. The Irish will push it forward just like a rugby maul. And the ball will be held up. Umpire's paid holding the ball. So New Zealand will take the kick here through Donald Brown. Across the centre half back, he goes wide to the wing. So New Zealand now maintaining possession of the ball. Far side, Royal Parade wing. Just sums up his options. Looks laterally. Now he's going to go short. He's found a teammate there. I'm pretty sure that's McKenzie. So McKenzie there on the far wing. Sam McKenzie. Again, he'll go lateral. So brings it back through the middle of the ground. He's found James Kusel. He's gone wide again to the target of Suku. Suku's under pressure though. He gets around 1, gets past 2 with a handball. He'll look to get it back. No, he won't. He runs past. So New Zealand bring it back through the middle of the ground. Dangerous kick. Can the Irish capitalise on this? They can't yet. So New Zealand still with possession. They might cough it up here though. The Irish pressure's coming and they're still fighting the Irish. They might get a chance here. So little toe poke. He's found a teammate. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but he's found him. And umpire's paid a throw. Pretty tough.
I tell you what, if he hadn't have thrown it, he would have got a free kick for the dangerous tackle, having been slammed into the ground. Free kick taken there by Jackson Clinch up towards half forward. High tackle, definite free kick to Ireland, to Barry Murray. And this is how close it is. That goal from Pordrag Lucy lifted Ireland from 4th to 1st on the ladder. That's how tight it is. So as it stands right now, these two will do it all again at the MCG on Saturday, but there's heaps of football still to be played.
Intensity is up as well. Everyone's getting into every umpire decision.
Murray kicks up towards half forward. Big pack flies. Who's at the back there? It's taken by Jay Johnson. Fed it back to Clinch. Got it through to Tiffany Thomas, who couldn't keep it in. And it's over for a boundary throw in. 2 points the lead for Ireland. 6-6 plays 6-4. 4 minutes gone in the final quarter. Rucks to go at it again. The big men put it down to ground level. Baker Thomas. Here's a chance now for Nannery. Couldn't get it through. At the back, solid contest involved. Howison was there for New Zealand. And we'll have a ball up right on the forward 50 or 45 for the Irish.
Every umpire decision, as soon as it goes into each 50, every time the whistle blows, both teams are looking over.
It's crucial. Finn taps it over his shoulder there for McLean. He's Lucy. So he is proving to be the game winner here. Lucy will have another shot on goal. He's already kicked 4. So Lucy, if he dobs this one, he could be sending the Irish to the MCG with the way he's playing. But great ruck work there as well through Finn. So Lucy, shot on goal. He's only about 15 metres out. Slide angle. He's dobbed it. The Irish, here they come.
Lucy's just taken the ball by the horns and just gone, follow me, boys.
He's kicked 4 in a row on his
I'll
own.
get you to the G.
Kicked 4 in a row on his own, Pordrag Lucy.
Amazing effort.
And now New Zealand have to watch, because every goal that Ireland kicks is costing them about 20%. They're still sitting 39% clear of Papua New Guinea, but so that's about 2 goals.
Great work on the live ladder.
as it stands, keeping it in front of us. It's going right down to the wire. Can New Zealand answer the challenge thrown down to them by Padraig Lucy? One down for the Kiwis. Through the centre, strong tackle laid on Beattie. No, it was high, said the umpire. Free kick will go to Liam Beattie at centre half back for New Zealand. Sends it wide across to the McAllister Oval side of the ground. Bounce doesn't favour Mackenzie. Picked up for Ireland by Paul Murphy. He was dispossessed, has to go in again, does so. Fed the handball through to Ryan under pressure. Now was Brown, and he took on the tackle and lost. He's holding the ball. Free kick to Howison. Brought it in, Board, dangerous, but strong pair of hands by Beattie.
So New Zealand now will send the ball long inside their forward 50. Ken Miller juke it. Oh, he flies, but he can't bring it down. The Irish got the numbers. They work it towards the boundary now. Good kick, back onto the wing, but it's going to be marked by New Zealand. And they've got the ball there through Adam Simpson. Adam Simpson sends a short kick forward. He's found a teammate. Good play there through Christensen. He's had a bit of it. He's had a good game.
50.
25. That could be costly here for the Irish.
Donald Fogarty got inside the 5 metre protected zone, unfortunately for him.
So Andy Christensen he'll take it back now around 40 metres out, Nish.
It was stiff then. He sort of wheeled around a bit, so I'm not too sure.
He moved towards him, didn't he?
Yeah, it was stiff, but the umpires called it. And
smart play by Christensen, I thought.
yeah, and another opportunity for New Zealand to swing the momentum potentially back in their favour a bit.
So Christensen, he's had a good game today across the half-forward line in particular. Can he capitalise here? Sends it in, but no, he has. I thought that might have just missed, but no, that's a goal. So New Zealand bounce back. So Andy Christensen, that's his third today, from the South Melbourne Swans. He's had a good game. And New Zealand now back in the hunt. That live ladder update. Brendan Rhodes.
Yeah, New Zealand pick up 6% on that one, so that adds to their safety even if they can't get up. But it's back to a 2-point ball game, and it's game well and truly on. What a ripping game of football, befitting two terrific International Cup teams. And New Zealand go forward again. The bounce goes all the way over the top. Trying to work his way through was Clark. At the back, it's Rattenbury. He'll run in and have a shot. He'll miss. He'll miss to the left. And I just saw a Papua New Guinean player in the pocket just sink to his knees in despair when he saw that kick go offline. Rattenbury with the behind, margin back to 1.
Everyone knows what's going on. Everyone knows how important the result and how many teams the result affects. So this is outstanding stuff. A great game so far.
So Barry Murray from fullback for the Irish Warriors sends it long in front of the Ransford Oval scoreboard. The Irish got numbers there. They tap it forward. Can't get it cleanly. The umpire has found a free kick here for Ireland. And they will now, it sits with Jared Wallace, I think it is. So Wallace on the half-back line for Ireland. Just chipped short. Found a teammate there in Nannery. So Nannery not quite on the wing. We'll send it past the centre wing. So Nannery now, wobbly old kick. Can we get a mark there from the big fella? No, it spills free. Pack forms. This is going nowhere, but New Zealand somehow get it out. The Irish handball it forward. The boundary umpire says, I'll throw it in.
There's no one inside forward 50 then, Nish Moses, for Ireland.
Exactly. And I don't mind the way New Zealand have played this last little... Ireland have played this last little while. They've sort of slowed the ball down and trying to actually hit their kicks and trying to just resist New Zealand's momentum. So...
Trying to work his way through. Kuzel overran the football, flicked out Nannery, can't get it out of there. In the middle of that was Christensen, Howison there as well for New Zealand, and we'll have a ball up. It's a little bit too early to be trying to take time off the clock.
Yep.
There's still 7.5 minutes to play. One down by Finn for the Warriors, and there's a throw being picked out here, and it's a free kick to Ireland. It'll be taken by Morris Bartley. Plays on from outside 50, goes towards the hot spot. Here's Podre, couldn't quite take the mark. Ground level taken by Clark. Dispossessed Lucy! Right to the line and right back there, Tiffany Thomas in exactly the right position to save the day for New Zealand.
Just knows where to be, doesn't he, the big fella?
He sure does. So New Zealand just hang on there. Murray couldn't bring it down. It's kicked up there from Burns. Burns sends it forward. Great contest, Tiffany Thomas. Jeez, he's been good.
Twice in 20 seconds he saved things for New Zealand.
Could be a lifesaver for New Zealand. Tiffany Thomas, which way will he go? Left or right? He goes left. Handballs. So now New Zealand to try and take it out of their defensive 50. They do. Long ball, but it's only going to be Ireland. So Murray just says, slow down, everyone. Calm down. Murray now with the ball in the middle of the ground. He's going to send it long back inside their 50. Where's the big fella? Lucy? No, great contest there. New Zealand couldn't bring it down. It's on the ground now. New Zealand have got the numbers. Work it towards the boundary. The Irish still alive. Can they get the quick hands out? They can, but New Zealand have got it. Could have been a trip potentially. Boundary umpire calls a throw in. Nish.
If they can get one here, Ireland, they can probably put some strategies in place to try and stop New Zealand kicking another one. So I don't mind the way they're playing, slowing it down and trying to get one good look in their forward line. So interesting last few minutes here, boys.
Boundary throw in, one in the front spot by Smith. Quick kick, was there? No, there's a whistle. And the umpire says, give it to me, I'll ball it up. Dangerous position for the Kiwi defence. One down by Finn. Numbers are with the Hawks around the football. Thomas tries to go through. Finally kicked away by Brandon Suku. Here's some pressure being built up here. Ryan works his way through for Ireland. Fed the hand pass back to the advantage of O'Halloran. Snap around the corner. Back inside 50. Lucy couldn't quite. Front and centre is Bartley. Can he get it away? No. Trying to work his way through was Howison, the New Zealand captain. Tiffany Thomas. Handball to advantage. Along the ground it was. He goes after it again. The helmeted Tiffany Thomas. Can he get clear? No. Picked up for Ireland there by Burns. Snaps it back towards centre half forward. No mark taken there for New Zealand. Ground level ball. Kuzel dispossessed. Still a chance for Ireland. Was that high? Umpire said no. Hand pass not able to get a clear possession out. Finn on top of the football. And the umpire calls for a ball up.
Can we get a score update, Brendan?
It's a 1 point margin in favour of Ireland.
Wow.
13 minutes in, Finn taps it down. He does it himself, dribbles it forward. Lucy tries to nudge him out, but great play there from New Zealand. He'll just draw the player, does it well. Suku dribbles it on the ground though, not ideal. It's now going to be O'Halloran. No, he won't gather it. Ireland will send it back though. Good little kick. He's going to quite miss the mark though, so couldn't quite get it. Leonard just shy of him. It'll be a boundary throw in. The Irish are peppering though.
Just under 4.5 to play.
They've got the numbers around this contest as well, the Irish boys, so hopefully they can get this clean.
Ball back into play. 4 minutes and change to go. 1 point the lead for Ireland. Snap around the corner by Dempsey towards the full forward position. Lucy's with a couple to beat. Works it towards the line. It'll be a good result if he can get it there. Howison did well. Kept it in and got it through to Andrew Suku. Free kick. Free kick to Ireland. A tackle off the ball. And it's going to come back. And the Warriors have the football. And the New Zealanders want to get the ball and get it back down there quick. It's chewing up clock.
No stops here, so this is going to affect them a bit. They want to get it forward.
Donald Fogarty has it. It's taken a good 30 seconds to get back to him.
And the Irish boys know what they're doing. They're not rushing after it.
And look at the PNG bloke get it back in really quick.
We just look for the big fella up forward here. If I was the New Zealand, I'd put a couple of plays around him. They might be looking to just get it forward to him.
Donald Fogarty plays for Powerhouse St Kilda. He's 25 years of age, only a little fella. Lining up this to, you would think, send Ireland to the MCG. He goes to the top of the square. Big fly, Lucy couldn't quite bring it down. Hand pass up. Can they get a kick away? Happily able to rush it through New Zealand. Through for a rush behind. 2 points the margin in favour of Ireland. There is under 3 minutes to play.
What a game we're seeing here. Ransford Oval, New Zealand kick out. Can't find a target. That could be crucial. The ball will go over the boundary line, and it's a throw in inside the Irish forward 50. We're in the last 2 minutes almost of this game. 2.5 minutes to go. It'll be Finn and Smith in the ruck contest. Good boundary throw in. Finn taps it forward. New Zealand get another hand on it. So does Finn again. Goes forward. The Irish have a snap on goal. Can this get through? Lucy's there, off hands. Then New Zealand mop it up well. Well played there from Suku. He's been good in defence. Handballs over the top, almost gets the 1-2. No, it won't. Baker Thomas, good hands. Tippin Thomas can't collect it. The Irish are now gathering some momentum. Here they go. Can they get a clean possession and send it back inside their forward 50? This could be a huge play. He gets it back. The Irish are still alive. Is that in the back? Umpire says yes. It's a free kick to Ireland.
He lined him up from about a metre, about 10 metres away.
Paul Murphy, again,
and
taking his time.
And the hearts of two nations sunk when that free kick was correctly paid. Called to play on. That's touched off the boot of Paul Murphy inside 50. Baker Thomas got it to Tiffany Thomas. Gets around and it just throws it on the boot. Looked for the barrel, didn't hit it nicely. Off hands, well done by Lorden. Sees it over for a boundary throw in.
Every boundary throw in, every stoppage is really valuable to Ireland, so they're going to try and get that happening as much as possible.
90 seconds to play. It's at the wrong end of the ground for New Zealand and Papua New Guinea. Here's a chance now for Kuzel. Can he get it through? Working hard. Little kick through traffic. Burns. Bit of aerial ping pong, which is not a great name to call our game. Through the top it goes. Here's a chance now for the Kiwis through Rattenbury. Working to the line and over it goes to the delight of the Green Army.
You can see it. They know it as well. As soon as the ball goes over, they know it.
1 minute to go.
What a game. We're in the last 60 seconds here. Ireland on their way to the MCG if they can just hang on. We're on the centre wing, right in front of the commentary position. Boundary umpire throws it in. Great contest there. Ireland clear it. High ball. No one's home. It's going to be a mark to New Zealand. And they've got it through Suku. Jeez, he's been good. He plays on quickly. He knows there's not much time. Can nearly find a teammate there in Famulu. He gets around the Irish forward player. New Zealand again. Link up with handballs. Famulu goes back again. Can New Zealand score in the dying seconds? They push it forward, and they've got a mark through Gregson.
Here we
go.
Gregson,
he knows there's not much time.
He
sends it forward. Who can mark it? Great spoil there from Ireland. He's paid a free kick.
Oh! This will be after the siren.
Unbelievable. The free kick's been paid. Siren's gone. Miller's got the ball.
Barclay Miller.
Unbelievable stuff here.
New Zealand are in the grand final. There is no question about that. This kick decides whether they play Ireland or Papua New Guinea.
Unbelievable finish here to the International Cup 2017 qualifying matches. Miller, ball in hand.
They can't watch.
The Kiwis have got it.
Unbelievable. Ireland led right throughout the second half. It's absolute devastation for the Irish Warriors. Beaten after the final siren. New Zealand go to the MCG and they'll be joined by the defending champions Papua New Guinea. Unbelievable stuff. And just a nod and a wink from Dipper in front of us. That's what football is all about, let alone International Cup. Heartbreak for Ireland. Oh, you wouldn't read about it if you were from the Green Machine. How great were they all day to be done by a kick after the siren, Nish Moses.
Well, I'm absolutely lost for words there. In that last 30 seconds, the ball went out of the boundary. Irish boys thought they potentially had it. It was a stoppage. They looked the goods, and then New Zealand managed to just get the ball clear. But you got to feel for the New Zealand guys. Sorry, for the Irish guys. They did it all. They resisted New Zealand's momentum and managed to kick a few goals. The big fella up forward took the lead and kicked, I think, 4.
Lucy, yeah.
Five goals and unbelievable stuff from him. So really great game, but you got to feel for the Irish guys. They left it all out there as well.
Yeah, Lucy kicks the 5 goals at one end, almost single-handedly drags them into the grand final. Barclay Miller could hardly touch it at the other end, the big forward, for the entire game, and then gets the free kick and goals after the final siren. It's a beautiful game and a cruel game all at the same time, isn't it?
Devastating for the Ireland Warriors there. What a game. Terrific contest from both teams. And Papua New Guinea now head to the MCG against New Zealand. What a contest that'll be on Sunday.
Unbelievable stuff. Final scores, New Zealand finish 8 goals 5, 53 over Ireland 7-7, 49. Goal scorers for the Kiwis, Andy Christensen with 3, and singles to the captain Andy Howison, Ben Hick, James Kuzel and Sam McKenzie. For Ireland, 5 goals to the fourth place getter in the most recent recruit, Pordrag Lucy. Certainly showed enough to think that he may still be on the radar
Yep.
at a much higher level. Of course, he's playing for Newtown and Chilwell down in the Geelong League. Singles to Fiachra O'Dashmoon, otherwise known as Dempsey. in English, and Declan Nannery. What a stunning match that was.
Still a bit lost for words. There's not much the Irish boys can do now. They're sort of just standing around, trying to take in what's happened.
And they've got 3 or 4 days to regroup and come back here on Friday to play USA for 3rd spot on the ladder. But New Zealand will play Papua New Guinea in the grand final at the MCG on Saturday. The other results today, Great Britain defeated Fiji by 28 points. Nauru beat Canada by 32 points. And the USA Papua New Guinea beat South Africa by 109 points. And the USA defeated France by 113 points. So as it stands, the New Zealand versus Papua New Guinea in the grand final of the International Cup 2017. The USA will play Ireland in the 3v4. Great Britain will meet Nauru in 5 versus 6. Fiji versus Canada in 7v8. And South Africa will play France in the 9-10 playoff. It's been a big 3 games. We've still got a little bit more to go later on, but that's it for us 3 as a team. Thanks, Nish. Great job.
Thanks, Brendan. It was great to hear you call, and it was an outstanding few games, especially the last one, Zoe.
It certainly was. Thanks to both of you. Awesome game to finish on. Heartbreak for Ireland, but they'll have to wait another 3 years.
Yeah, and that's what makes it harder, that you can't just come back next year. It's 3 years you wait. Thanks, Xavier. You get every caller's dream to call a kick after the siren. Fantastic work from you. For Nish Moses and Xavier Maloney, I'm Brendan Rhodes saying stick with the International Cup for the rest of today. There's more games to come yet in Division 2, and also the women's semi-finals still coming up. I'm Brendan Rhodes saying see you later. New Zealand into the grand final with Barclay Miller kicking a goal after the final siren.